All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're doing more than just telling the story. We're going to peel back the curtain on those moments, the ones that create legends, but can also absolutely shatter kings.
And this really sets the stage, doesn't it? It's this idea that your biggest threats, well, they're not always out on some battlefield. Sometimes the deadliest enemies are right there in the palace halls, maybe even smiling right at you.
So let's set the scene. Imagine this. A whole nation is just erupting in celebration. I'm talking pure joy. They've just pulled off this impossible victory. A giant has fallen, and everyone is ecstatic. A hero has just been made.
But then, you hear it. A song starts to rise up from the crowds. And on the surface, it sounds like praise, right? It's supposed to be honoring their heroes. But if you listen to the words, well, they do something else. They lift this young hero even higher than the king himself.
And boom, right there, that's the turning point. That's where everything changes. What was supposed to be a song of celebration, it ends up planting this tiny, poisonous seed of resentment, and it lands right in the heart of the most powerful man in the kingdom.
You can just picture it, can't you? On one side, you have the whole country celebrating, and on the other, silence. The king's expression just darkens. His eyes become like little slits of obsidian. You see his knuckles turning white as he grips his sword. In that one moment, envy is born.
And make no mistake, this isn't just a king having a bad day. This isn't simple anger. No, what's taking root here is something much, much darker. It's a poison, a jealousy so corrosive it's going to literally curdle his soul and, believe it or not, change the future of the entire nation.
Okay, so let's flip the coin and look at our hero. The whole world is chanting his name, right? But there's more to him than just being a giant slayer or a talented musician. He's walking through those same palace halls, but he's carrying this incredible burden, a secret that nobody else knows. So who is he, really? To the world, he's a shepherd boy, a brave warrior, a loyal servant. Simple enough. But what if that's not the whole story? What if there's a hidden destiny, an anointing for something so huge he has to hide it from everyone?
And this is where it gets really dangerous. Because that secret, that hidden destiny, it happens to be the one thing the paranoid king fears most. So what happens when that fear finally boils over? Well, the entire kingdom is about to find out.
And it happens so fast. Picture a quiet room. There's just the sound of a harp, the soothing melody, and then, out of nowhere, a flash of steel. A spear comes flying through the air. The music just stops, replaced by this deafening crash. And in the silence that follows, one word rips through the air: traitor.
Just like that, everything gets flipped on its head. The loyalty that just saved the nation, now it's treated as a threat. The service that brought so much joy, it's repaid with nothing but betrayal.
So, the king gets smarter. His raw anger, it morphs into something more cunning, more deceptive. He starts offering so-called favors, but they're not favors, are they? They're traps. A promotion that's really a death sentence. A marriage proposal that's just a setup for complete disaster.
Which brings us to the big question, right? How do you survive that? I mean, what do you do when the very man you're serving, the man you're sworn to protect, wants you dead? How do you stay loyal when your loyalty could get you killed?
Well, his response isn't what you'd expect. He doesn't fight back with force. Instead, he serves with humility. He leads with this incredible wisdom. He trusts that there's a bigger plan at play, a plan far greater than anything this king can come up with.
But you still have to wonder, why? Why would a king try to destroy the one person who saved his entire kingdom? It just doesn't make logical sense, does it?
And the answer? Well, it reveals a deep truth. A truth that isn't just about ancient kings and heroes. It's about us. It's about the battles that rage inside every human heart.
When you boil it all down, it comes to this. Think about it. We love having someone around to slay our giants for us, don't we? We love the benefits. But what happens when we want all those gifts, but we don't really want the giver?
Or maybe a better way to ask it is this: what happens when we desperately want all the blessings, but we refuse to live under the authority of the one who gives them? That's the real question here. And trust me, finding the answer to that, it changes everything.